Kubor nakaslem jong Nong Hima.
MP na West Bengal Ubadairu General Secretary ka All India Trinamool Congress Abhishek Banerjee hagasngi balang ulawan jongo yakajala Meghalaya. Une MP ulawan poi hakakat lingsun ha umray. Bad hadin kata ulalet play yakaslem trekam jongka seng Trinamool Congress Meghalaya halower Lashumir Shillong. Nalor kata Banerjee ulalet banashem benta ha ka jian lang jongki nongket kam bat nongkershan jongka seng kabala long ha usoso tham auditorium ha kani kasngi Banerjee ula yos dangru ya ka jing penrung kerteng ya ki dekhot bat nongkershan ke AITC ha ba ai jingkren Banerjee ula ong badai tang ke AITC kabala bat kabatep komno banyakon persya ya ka BJP uni uhe nong yalam ula ong ru bakapor kaladei ban pelat lut ya ke Meghalaya ha ka bagi nong nong ka jella ken om yapen ya ka buram ka ijat jongki bat ken om ailat ban sha Pynïaid ha ki wei pat ki jella ha ba ken tha yu mentri rang ba konrat sangma utei unong yalam ke AITC ula ong hatu u konran udei mo ban pendem hakmat ki nong yalam ka BJP shu ula ong bakathong jong ka AITC kalong ban yada ya ka Meghalaya nakibor ki batmu ban penjot bat ban penpan ula ong ka AITC ka kwa ban penkobor ya ki nong nong bat ban buram ya ki kolshor bapher nalor kata Banerjee ula ong baki seng ki bapersha ya ke AITC ken persang ban kentho baka dei ka seng ki Bengali Henry ula kular baya ka Meghalaya on Pynïaid hi da ki nong Meghalaya bat om da ki Bengali haba penkut ya ka jingkren Banerjee ula ong ba ke AITC kan kershan teng ya ki nong yalam jongka ha Meghalaya Henry ula kentu babaro ki dei bankut jingmon bahaus nem 8,000 apholai ka Meghalaya kan pen i shaka perthei ya ka bor jongka Balada dei haus nem 8,000 apholai lani 8,000 aphosaw kasngi jongka jingsen char pat ba kan wan na mingi
because in the very first meeting I'm overjoyed to see that Trinamool Congress in its very first big event is running short of space. And the sad feeling is because we have hundreds of workers who came here to attend the meeting, but we couldn't offer them a space. And are seated outside and are experiencing the meeting on the big screen. So whoever has come and joined the meeting virtually or physically, my big thanks to each one of them. I'm grateful to each one of you, to the workers of Trinamool, especially to the people of Meghalaya, a land of great possibilities, for your warm and enthusiastic welcome. A big thanks and a round of applause to the state committee, to the state president, Charles Pingrove, Dr. Sangma, the leader of the opposition, the state in charge, Dr. Manas Ranjan Bhuiya, the co-in-charge Shobhoshachi Datto, every MLA present on the stage, the coordinators, conveners, block presidents, committee members, representatives, MDCs, thank you very much for coming and making Trinamool stronger and believing in Trinamool. I thank each one of you for the warm welcome, for the love, for the affection, and the kind of gratitude that you have showered upon me on the very first visit of the state. As I go back today, I will not just go back with this very dress that you have felicitated me with. I will go back with a bag full of memories. I'll go back with a mind full of possibilities. I'll go back with a heart full of optimism and determination. I will go back with a conviction that Meghalaya is on the cusp of independence again. And come what may, although elections are 6 months apart, but come what may, we have the people's love and affection. And in democracy, people say the last word, not the ruler. And to make sure that the party which was voted to power way back in 2018 is performing its duties remaining within the ambit of Constitution and is delivering on its promises made before the electoral process. The NPP government, on the other hand, has completely ignored the state, interest of the people residing in the state, and has been a mere proxy and a puppet in the hands of BJP. Meghalaya is a land of possibilities. As Mr. Pynïaid was rightly saying, the abode of clouds has become the heaven for corrupt. We have to change that. Meghalaya will not bow down before Gujarat and Delhi. Meghalaya will not compromise on its self-respect. Meghalaya will not be cowed down by threats from Delhi and Madhya Pradesh. Every Meghalayan will live his life with utmost respect, dignity. You see Meghalaya's geographical position. Meghalaya is located in the northeastern part of the country. And as per Indian Vedas and Vastus, Northeast is the most auspicious place. Northeast is the place of worship. Northeast is the place of God. Northeast is a space of spirituality. So why will Northeast be ignored time and again? Whether it's the Congress when they were in the power at the center or it's BJP, has always ignored Meghalaya. Now why Trinamool Congress is different? And why Trinamool Congress is the only party which is taking BJP head on? You have seen the results of Bengal. BJP put its entire might, vigor and strength. Every day people from Delhi, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, rather the big top brass and the honchos of BJP were traveling back and forth, and the entire BJP juggernaut was at work to oust Mamata Banerjee and Trinamool Congress from West Bengal. But Trinamool Congress is the only party who showed them their place, who showed Amit Shah his place, who showed every BJP leader, including the BJP national president, his place. We know how to take on you. We know how to take on you head on. And trust you me when I say this. When Trinamool Congress has entered Meghalaya, Dr. Sangma, Mr. Pynïaid and every MLA, when they decided that we have the fire in our belly and we want to take on the NPP government and we don't have the platform, they all came to Trinamool Congress. Trinamool Congress is just the platform. I assure you that in the 6 months when you have a new government in place, Meghalaya will rule Meghalaya. Bengal will not rule Meghalaya. Can any BJP leader will have the guts? I challenge them on record. You have live cameras here. Will any BJP leader in the country have the guts to come into the soil of Meghalaya, hold a meeting in this very particular place, and address the crowd and say it or put it on record that Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Delhi will have no role to play in the life of Meghalayans? I am putting this on record. Khasi will be ruled by Khasi, Gado will be ruled by Gado, Jaintia will be ruled by Jaintia, Meghalaya will be ruled by Meghalaya. This is my commitment, this is Trinamool Congress commitment to you. People sitting here are not alien to the state. They come from this very soil. Mr. Pynïaid is son of the soil. Dr. Sangma is son of the soil. Every MDCs, conveners, MLAs, member of the legislative assemblies are son of the soil. They will work for you, and Trinamool Congress is just the platform. You should be happy to know there are 1,700 political parties in the country, not 1 or 2 or 5. 1,700. opposition parties are being chased by central investigation agencies just because they are not surrendering to BJP's whims, fancies and desire. Every opposition party in the country are being hounded by agencies like CBI and ED. We are also being hounded. I have been interrogated so many times. I have been called to Delhi. I have been summoned for hours. But the only difference between Trinamool Congress and other political parties are when you call Trinamool for investigation and when you make sure that the CBI is being put behind a particular person on Trinamool Congress, we are doubly determined and resolutely firm in our fight against the autocratic forces. We will make sure that the more CBI chases us, the more ED chases us, the more our workers will hit the ground and make sure Meghalaya and every BJP ruled state in the country for that matter, is freed from BJP's autocratic rule. I want to thank the people of Meghalaya. Ask me why? Why? I want to thank each one of you. Because Meghalaya is the only state in the country, only state, I repeat, Meghalaya is the only state in the country which has exposed the unholy nexus of BJP and Congress. Where you have 5 Congress MLAs, 2 BJP MLAs, and NPP MLAs, UDF MLAs in an alliance to rule the state. Unbelievable. Where Congress is supporting BJP, BJP is supporting Congress. NPP is supporting Congress, Congress is supporting BJP. We used to study in childhood in maths, A equals to B, B equals to C, thus A equals to C. The same formula is applicable for Meghalaya. They have exposed themselves. What can be more funnier? A party who talks about taking on BJP. I thank Dr. Sangmat, Mr. Pingrove and every MLA who took the decision of quitting the Congress and coming to Trinamool, because they realized if we have to take on NPP's might and BJP's vigor, we need a platform and we need a party who has the courage to speak to BJP, to fight with BJP and to take BJP head on. And the only party in the country today is Trinamool Congress. You will not find Trinamool Congress in your times of happiness, in your times of joy, but you will find Trinamool Congress workers standing by you firmly in your times of sadness and distress. We are not fair weather friends. I will request each one of you, shun the fair weather friends. Show them their place. Like sun rises from the east, this time the democratic sun has to rise from the east, and it has to be Northeast. Northeast has given BJP so much in the last 8 years. What has the double engine government given to you? Out of 25 MP Lok Sabha seats, 80% of the seats have been won by BJP or its allies. You give them an overwhelming mandate. They talk about double engine government. You have a chief minister who is busy attending dinner parties in Delhi when his own state is facing calamity and crisis. What can be more shameful than this? They formed an alliance called MDA, Meghalaya Democratic Alliance. But Conrad Sangma should reframe and rename that acronym MDA as My Development Alliance. If anyone's development has happened in the last 5 years, it is Conrad Sangma's development. In the name of border dispute settlement, Assam, you saw the unprecedented, rather unacceptable move where the current government has surrendered land to the Assam in the name of border dispute settlement. I want to ask the government and Mr. Conrad that as a chief minister, who did you consult? Before making this trade-off, who did you speak to? Did you speak to any single person on the ground? Those who have lived their lives as Meghalayans, who have cherished the hard-brought statehood, are suddenly being made to live as residents of another state. What can be more shameful than this? Residents in border villages have faced brutally from the Assam police. They are facing brutality every now and then. Is this what the people of this great state deserve? A government that has little respect or no respect for its land is not worthy of holding a position in power. All this was done to please the masters in Delhi. Have you seen his body language when he meets the people in Delhi, when he meets the BJP's top brass? He's like this. Meghalayans has to be like this, not this. He's a chief minister who has been elected by the people. You're carrying the aspiration, hope, and respect of 35 odd lakh Meghalayans. Is this how you go down to BJP leaders? Is this what the people of Meghalaya deserve? Is this what you voted for him? Is this what you expected out of him? If the answer is no, then as we speak, as I address the crowd, as you sit in these chairs, take out your mobile phones and note the number. 96877, 96877. Make sure every Meghalayan is associated with Trinamool. Why I am asking you now? Because Meghalaya is facing a calamity. In this time of distress, we need every people of the state, every brother and sister who wants to work for the people. This is the platform. Trinamool Congress is the party which is of the people, for the people, by the people. Take out your phones, ring up and get associated with Trinamool Congress now. People preaching the faith have been tormented and yet no action has been taken to stop this carnage. And Uttar Pradesh and Karnataka, which are again BJP ruled governments, are topping the charts when it comes to crime against Christians. I am putting the facts in public domain. If you think my data is wrong, you file a case against me. I'm challenging you. Let's talk about facts and figures. Several churches have been vandalized in the name of SC/ST upliftment. They're torturing the SC/ST community like anything. And BJP is known to spread venom and hatred wherever it goes. And currently it is also an active member, like I said, of the MDA government, which has eventually all the control behind the scenes. With 2 MLAs, literally, they are controlling the state and they are controlling the life of 35 lakh Meghalayans. 35 lakh Meghalayans has to control the BJP leaders in Delhi, not the other way around. The fight is not for 2023, the fight is also for 2024. You have to give them reply in the language they understand. How many times you saw the PM after election stepped into Meghalaya and stand by you? 0. How many times did the Home Minister come to Meghalaya after elections to stand by you? 0. Again during elections, you will see all the ringleaders together in one stage, trying to misguide the people of Meghalaya. Don't get into their trap. If you have to, like in COVID times, when the vaccine was started, we all took Covishield vaccine, right? To make sure that Corona doesn't come and hit us. So if Corona is the virus, Covishield is the vaccine. So if NPP is the virus, Trinamool is the vaccine. Let them bring their entire might, put their entire weight behind the unit in Meghalaya and behind Conrad Sangma. I promise you, Trinamool will fight till the last drop of his blood, but will not surrender before the people in power and wealth. We are ready to bow down before the power of the people, not before the people in the power. This is the difference. And an elected government who has been elected by the people is being reduced to a mere puppet in the hands of BJP, who is drawing the strings, sitting in Delhi. Meghalaya cannot be governed from Delhi or Gujarat. It has to be governed from Meghalaya, like I said. And All India Trinamool Congress is a party. It's a national party, but with regional ethos. We believe in upholding the culture and values of this great land. Trinamool Congress is a platform which will be strengthened by the people of the state and for the people of the state. Meghalaya will be governed by those who come from the grassroots of the state and democratically elected by the voters of Meghalaya. I will come n number of times. If you want me to come here every fortnight, I'll be here, I assure you. Wherever you want me to go, I will go. I will put my entire might and weight behind each one of you sitting here. And Trinamool Congress as a party will put its entire weight behind the state unit. But each one of you has to make a commitment, has to make a promise to yourself that in 2023, Meghalaya will show the world its capability and its power and its strength. Not to India, but the entire world. Like I said, sun rises in the east. We have to show that in letter and spirit. That democratically this time, be it 2023 or 2024, the sun will rise in the east, not in the west. I thank each one of you for patiently listening to each of us.